what time it is. We back.
We back. Here to do it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, before we get into this, commercial break me one time real quick, please. Like, subscribe, and share, and comment. I mean, I don't care what the comment is, whether it's positive or negative. You know how our people is. We real negative, so whatever it is, what I'm saying, it don't matter. Like, subscribe, comment, and you might not like his haircut, but you know what I'm saying, comment on it. You know what I'm saying, it's all good.
Or you might think he need to be sitting higher. Just put it in there. We'll read them. Yeah, man.
Yeah. All of that.
It's all love.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Be Real Entertainment presents Sports Spit, and I'm your host, Jay Maurice, your player partner, with my other partner,
Slick Vic. Victor Garner, what up, y'all?
Hey. Coming to you from the Hall of Game, where we're giving you 360 degrees of game. For those that don't understand, that's game all way round.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This here podcast, the season is over. I wanted to give Vic an opportunity to give his thoughts and his views on, I guess, Game 5.
Finals.
Game 5 of the NBA Finals, and what he think of, all the Denver hoopla and the Miami meltdown, or whatever you want to call it, although, like I said, he called it. 5 games, he did it. He called it. But like I said, he didn't call the Lakers in Denver. But he called this one, though. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Can't get them all right.
Hey, and we want to talk about, we did a podcast earlier in the season, Ja versus Zion. And both of them young men is having problems right now. They're going through a little something. So we want to give our little viewpoints on that. As well as any other thing that might be going on, like the rumor report,
the rumor mill.
Yeah, so that's what we gonna focus on today. So, Vic, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get it started with the how you think about the finals in Game 5.
Well, I don't want to rehash the Game 5 too much. I mean, it's everybody's know the results and seen it, and the Nuggets are the champs. Jimmy Butler didn't have a great Game 5.
Nope.
He kind of came on there at the end when it came to winning time. Yeah, but he couldn't beat Jimmy the whole game. Like you'd want him to be. Afterwards, he said no excuses. He didn't blame his ankle. He didn't blame fatigue or any of that. He said no excuses. They beat us. They were the better team.
Right.
And I think that's just what it was, man. I mean, honestly, the Nuggets had the best 2 players on the court. Jokic and Murray, they were the best 2 players in that series.
Mm-hmm.
And they put up Kobe and Shaq numbers. And honestly, they didn't really get challenged this whole postseason. They lost 4 games. So it was a very impressive run. Looking back in retrospect, that the toughest challenge they had was Phoenix, and that's when Kevin Durant and Booker were just were going off, and they barely missed any shots in those games, and they barely won them. So this Denver team, they seem to be poised to be in the conversation for the next couple years. I'd say at least, as long as they can stay healthy and as long as they can just keep the major pieces together, which honestly is really just Jokic, Murray, the coach, and I think everything else they can kind of replace if need be. I think they can replace Gordon if they need to. They can replace Brown if they need to. Even Michael Porter Jr. they could probably replace if they needed to. He's not an easy piece to replace, but I think as long as you have that foundation, I think they're set for the next few years at least.
Well, after every championship, there's always changes because people want more money. They want a different role, a bigger role.
Yeah, more opportunities.
So,
yeah.
You think that's going to affect Denver in any way?
Yeah, I mean, it affects everybody. Brown's contract is up, so I'm sure he's not going to play for. He played for $6 million this year. He's not going to play for that.
Okay.
So so they're gonna have to replace him, and he had some big moments in Game 5.
He did.
And so, yeah, I mean, the more you win, the more it's going to be harder to keep the team together. The more people are going to want bigger roles, more shots, more money, more credit.
Exactly.
But I think they'll be fine for next year. I mean, does that mean they'll win the ring next year? It doesn't. But I think they'll be, I think they'll be a legitimate contender next year as well.
Yeah. They've been a contender for the last 3-4 years, probably if not longer.
Yeah, I mean, maybe in that contender conversation, but I don't think people really took Denver serious before this year. I mean,
no, nobody did.
So, I mean, I call them a fringe contender because at the beginning of the season, we didn't think Denver was in a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So. But Murray was still coming back off the ACL. He still had to prove it on the court that he was healthy. So,
I think Denver might have ended the small ball era.
You think so?
Yeah, because with that small ball era, you gotta do something with Jokic. Small ball ain't gonna win all the time.
You think it was going to be ended either way? Because as far as I'm concerned, it was either them or the Lakers winning it. When we got to the conference finals, I didn't think Boston or Miami could beat LA. So once the last 4 teams were kind of revealed, I didn't think that the East teams could beat the West teams. I just didn't see it. Boston struggled to get to the point they got to.
Right.
And like they played around with Atlanta. Then it looked like they played around with New York, or not New York. Yeah, with New York. Or yeah. Oh no, Miami played New York. Miami played New York. Who played Boston in the second round? It seemed like they were playing with their food too. Then was it Philly?
Yeah, they played Philly.
Yeah, they Embiid didn't play like 2 games, and they played around like. So, Boston didn't really impress me this year. So I just figured the championship would be coming through the West, and the Lakers are a big team.
Yeah, the Lakers have a big team.
So,
with AD.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, is will Denver be the trend? Will they be the vogue, or are they just an exception?
But either way, you're gonna have to go through Denver.
Yeah, you're gonna have to beat them next year. Somebody's gonna have to take them out next year. So,
and I'm not sure that the small ball can do it. Even though Draymond played him good when the Warriors won, but Draymond's getting older, and the Warriors gonna have a different team. So
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, with
small ball might be over.
Yeah, with the Warriors, yeah. I mean, back when they were playing Denver, they had all that experience. They had Iguodala. They had, Steph and Clay were a little younger then. Draymond was younger. I don't know. I mean, I think they had, with just Iguodala being in there and being able to play it just as a vet. I think they just had more veterans than I think they. The young guys, I don't think they're...
But them guys, they wasn't... You just got to be able to hold Jokic. You ain't going to stop Jokic. You just got to be able to hold him.
Nobody's going to stop him.
And put a body on him. And that's... If you ain't got a body to put on him, he going to take advantage of them smaller guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Just shoot right over top of them or hit his famous floater.
Yeah.
Get right there in the paint and just float on.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Davis made him work about as much as anybody's gonna make him work, and like you said, ain't nobody gonna stop him.
All right.
Whether that means maybe teams let Jokic do what he's gonna do, and maybe they try to key in on Murray. But Murray ate this postseason. He ate.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
He did his thing.
Yeah, he had a great run.
I ain't gonna hold you. He did his thizzle. Yeah. Okay, so anything about Miami? To me, Miami need a big man.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Bam just got to play. Bam is a power forward. He got to play his position as a power forward. If they get any type of big man with any type of size on him, and I ain't talking about really just height wise, I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, some size that can bang down there in the paint, in the low block.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think the heads of the organization expected them to make the finals this year.
Nobody did.
Yeah, so I just think, I mean, they had enough big men to make it out the East.
Yeah, but you got to be able to win it though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and the Warriors were champs last year. They didn't have anything big they had to worry about. You know, I mean.
But this a different year. This is a different
era. I know it, but
this the era of the Denver Nuggets, the champs.
Yeah, I think
to be the champ, you got to beat the champ.
Yeah, I mean, I just think people needed Denver to prove it first. Like
it's proven,
and now, yeah, you're right. Now it's proven. It's been proven. Jokic is a great big man. He's a great player. And now they're gonna have to put some respect on his name.
Yeah, but what you think Miami gonna need then? Since you don't think that they need a big man since.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm saying they didn't. I mean, they didn't know they needed a big man. I mean, but I mean, no, because nobody expects them to get that far. It's, you know, it didn't hurt them when they were playing Brook Lopez and Giannis.
Yeah, Brook is. I would say Brook is a big man. Yeah, Brook Lopez is a big man.
So I mean, they just got to get there. I mean, but what's your plan for Jokic? I mean, who's your Jokic plan? I mean, who is that?
That's what I'm saying. You need a big man. You're gonna have to have a big man that just try to put on him and hope that he can slow him down or just nullify him in some shape, form, or fashion.
Right. I'm just trying to think this through because Minnesota had Towns and Gobert. I mean, none of those. I mean, Towns is obviously not a defensive guy, obviously, but Gobert is.
Yeah.
I mean, they had two big men. The Lakers had Anthony Davis. I mean, they were honestly, Rui was the best configuration they had because then they could have Anthony Davis off ball and then he could be the secondary defender and clean up messes and he was a lot more impactful than being the primary defender on Jokic then because then he was able to block shots coming off the weak side and he was a more intimidating presence because, you know, if Jokic put that body on you, I mean, you ain't gonna block a ton of shots that way, you know.
So basically, you saying that even if you got a big man, it ain't gonna be no.
I think you need like a big front line like that's able to play defense. Like I think the toughest front line for Denver probably would have been Giannis and Brook.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that would
be long.
Yeah, I think that's the recipe, but everybody ain't gonna have that. And Bam, just Bam being Bam ain't that. You know,
Bam, like I said, Bam was a power forward. Man.
Yeah.
If he was to play his natural position and they get a center.
I mean, but I think you almost need kind of like a twin tower-ish type of thing, like that. And that's why I was saying Brook and Giannis because they kind of twin towers. They both 7 feet. Like just Bam ain't got that size.
Right.
I don't think with Bam being on. I don't think having Bam on your front line ain't gonna bother Jokic. Like it just ain't. Bam ain't gonna bother Jokic.
Okay. So
I don't think that's a problem they can solve. Not with Bam on the roster. Like it just ain't. And honestly, that makes them probably like 27 other teams in the league. that ain't gonna have two good options to get in Jokic's getting his periphery vision and and block off lanes and block shots. But I still don't know if that's the best way to beat him. I mean, it's probably the best way to defend Jokic, but.
Okay. Well, hey. Good luck to the rest of the league.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of an enigma when your best player is also your most unselfish player. I don't know, man. That's what makes him great. That's what makes him great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something for these coaches to figure out, and we'll see what they can come up with next year. Because this year nobody had an answer.
No. Well, okay. Moving on, we're gonna get on to. We did a previous podcast about John versus Zion. Which one would you take? Now, both of them young men is they having off the court issues, and they off the court issues is affecting they on the court playing time and play.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just Adam Silver just gave out his suspension of Ja Morant, and he's gonna be gone for 25 games to start the season, to start next season off.
Mm-hmm.
And it just ain't 25 games. It's 25 games with stipulations. Now, what that means, I have no idea what the stipulations is. What you think them stipulations could be?
Well, I heard the stipulations were on his return, so I would think they probably make him go to some kind of counseling or something like that.
But he did that.
Well, yeah, but not for a weekend, not for a 48-hour stay. I think they're gonna make him get some extensive counseling, which honestly should do him some good.
So you saying he's gonna be like psychologically, like he gonna have to talk to a shrink and sit down, lay down on the couch and give his thoughts.
I mean, that's what happens, man. That's what it is. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, because he's previously said he was under a lot of stress and so hopefully it'll do him some good. And since instead of making a farce out of it like he did the first time and just kind of going through the motions and just flying to Florida just to be there for a couple of days where he probably just sat in the pool or something so I mean, I'd probably say they probably make him do some kind of hour requirement of some kind of just help, and
I'm anxious to see what these stipulations is.
And honestly, another stipulation might just be for him to never have a video with a gun in it ever. I don't know. I did just see he had a video with a toy gun.
I seen that too. My wife showed me that, but
yeah.
Do you think he's making a mockery of the whole situation?
I think it's some shit.
But I didn't think that was him. Did you see his face in it?
No, that's kind of where I was like, yeah, maybe that's
somebody playing.
Maybe that's some malarkey. Yeah, maybe some bullshit.
So I ain't put too much stock into that because I didn't see his face with that.
Well, I think the first thing I want to ask you is what do you think about the 25 games? Do you think it was too light of a suspension? You think it was too heavy of a suspension? You think it was appropriate? What do you think of on 25 games?
I just know with how society is. I thought it was going to be much more severe. I thought it would have been at least 30 to 40 games, anywhere into that range. And for it to come out 25, I was like, oh, he kind of got off light again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm thinking. But like I said, I don't know what the stipulations is. The stipulations could be something, that would make you think twice about whether it's light or, appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I feel
for it to be 2 times him with the gun.
Yeah.
I would say he got off light.
Mm-hmm. And the first one was what, 8 games?
First one was 8 games.
Okay, so he's gonna be a total of 32 games missed due to gun-related social media posts.
All right.
Pretty stupid, man. Pretty stupid.
One of the stipulations should probably be that he deactivated his Instagram or whatever social media platform that he uses.
Yeah, I mean, but that might be a source of his income too. I don't know, man. I mean,
but that's he done lost income.
Yeah,
he done lost a lot of income.
Yeah,
with that social media, he can still make money without posting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, his posts probably have to be team related or him, you know what I'm saying, focusing on his craft, him working out or him playing or something that had to do with,
I mean, but then you get
game related.
But then you're getting into censorship. Now you're like violating First Amendment rights and stuff.
Well, he never broke a law. That what he did was he didn't break no laws.
So, well, right. Well, I'm just saying when you get into his posts having to be team related and about basketball, where like
that could be one of the stipulations though. Nobody knows what it
but
could
then,
be.
But like I said, that's a violation of his First Amendment rights, like just his freedom of speech.
Nah.
Like, I mean, it's one thing. I mean, it's one thing to not, post offensive stuff, and you could.
That's freedom of speech. I mean, that's freedom of speech.
Well, I mean, once you
come on,
once you get, well, I mean, you get into where what's being like appropriate and decent.
Them players and them owners and billionaire owners, silver works for them. So
yeah,
if they feel like that's hurting the brand, then they gonna implement it.
Mm-hmm.
So it don't have to be like something breaking a law or it could just be morally.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, like these contracts have moral clauses in them. Where you do something crazy, then they can, they can pretty much void you. Like if you, I mean, and they ain't gonna just void your contract for, showing, a nip or something like that. Whatever.
A nip. What is a nip?
You know what a nip is.
What is a nip?
It was just the first thing that came to mind. But like.
Oh, okay.
But think if they was in a hot tub with a young lady and it was a little nip showing.
I didn't know where you was going.
They wouldn't void your contract. I mean, of course they're guys. They shirts and skins. I'm not talking about them.
I just didn't know what you was talking about.
But like the moral clauses, like if you
something just something that's gonna hurt
and
the
bad
brand.
taste. Like if you, I mean, I think doing stuff like, killing somebody or something like that that'll void your contract too. I mean, you're also going to prison, so you couldn't play in the first place. But I mean, stuff like that, that type of stuff would get you in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I just want him to get his act together, man. I
don't stop being a little boy.
I don't see no more guns.
But the thing that got me is people from his camp tried to say that the gun that in the second video was a toy gun.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they said, oh, that was a toy gun. But I'm like, what's wrong?
Part of when that reacted like that if that was a toy gun.
My thing is, what grown man plays with toy guns?
Right.
And ain't no kids around.
Right, yeah.
Ain't no kids around with no kids in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts.
So,
Facts.
Come on, man.
Facts.
Don't insult our intelligence like that.
Yeah, right.
So I hope he get it together too, because I'm rooting for him. Like I don't like the Memphis Grizzlies as a team, but I like Ja Morant as a player.
Right.
and I want to see him succeed as a man,
Right.
and grow up.
Mm-hmm.
But he just needs some guidance.
Yeah, I like both. I mean, I like the team and Ja the player, and he's one of my favorite players to watch.
Oh, you like the team? I don't like the team.
Yeah, I like the team. I like the team. They're one of my favorite teams to watch.
But he's highlighted.
I just hate for him to waste his career away. I mean, we've already been robbed of like Derrick Rose and from getting hurt. And honestly, if Ja keeps playing the way he plays, he might be on that list too. I mean,
because he crashed a lot.
Yeah, he's reckless.
He plays with reckless abandon,
and which is not good for a superstar. Like that's Dennis Rodman stuff. That's something you should do if you're like a really intense role player. That's like Draymond Green or something like that, where somebody can be reckless with their body and understand that their passion, their activity is probably half the reason they're in the league in the first place. Mm-hmm. That is not Ja Morant, man. He does not need to be trying to jump over three guys. Like this ain't an NBA jam. Like
But I just think he just needs better guidance.
Yeah, hopefully he gets his help he needs.
Speaking of guidance, your boy Zion, he needs some real guidance.
He can get to the hole. He can get to the hole. He don't need no guidance. He got GPS, man. He get right to the hole.
Cut it down, man. Cut it down. Yeah, man. Your boy, he needs some guidance, man. He having all these situations with porn stars and strippers and getting them pregnant.
I mean, but you ain't 23.
Yeah, but see, if he would have had a real OG with him, you know what I'm saying, on his team. I mean, not on his team like playing for the Pelicans, but around him, they'd have told him like, bruh, that's not you play with that. You don't wife that up. You don't get that pregnant. You don't hit that raw or none of that. You know what I'm saying? You strap up 2 to 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And you just play with it and get. What you think about that?
I think he out here living his best life, man. I think y'all need to leave Zion alone, man. Y'all need to leave Zion alone, man.
He paying them. He giving them stacks on top of stacks, like 10,000, 20,000. Bro, you can't keep doing. You can't do that.
I guess that's what he want to do. James Harden was doing it.
Man, Harden, he missed a trick-a-thon.
Yeah, he got his name in the rafters up in Houston. So I mean, so at least he ain't getting a show for. At least he ain't getting spun for his bread.
James ain't getting them pregnant though. Now he ain't getting them pregnant. See, they working on the contract. They working on an 18 to 21 year contract. You know what I'm saying? They gonna squeeze him and keep their hand in his pocketbook. You know what I mean?
If his child support bill get high enough, he gonna have to trim down. He gonna have to get in shape then, man. He ain't gonna be able to eat so good no more. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's not so good for Zion, but maybe it's great for his team. I don't know.
No, but the Pelicans talking about he trade bait right now.
I don't believe it.
They talking about they look at that. Hold on, they was looking for a trade partner because they want to get higher up on the draft board.
Yeah, I was hearing they wanted. I was hearing they wanted Scoop.
Yeah, so they looking for something and they looking to trade him because I don't think they're gonna
trade. Give Zion up?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna trade Brandon Ingram. So they definitely gonna trade Zion because Zion has played. Zion in like 200 and some games, 203 games, he's only played in like 160 of them. You know what I'm saying? He done missed significant time.
Mm-hmm.
Significant time.
Yeah.
So he's always unavailable. And then him in the playoffs doing windmill dunks, that didn't help his cause.
Oh, you mean in the warm-ups?
Yeah, in the warm-ups. Yeah. In the warm-ups. That didn't help his cause. That hurt his cause for real. If you
Yeah, like
really
don't go
about
out.
it.
Don't get out there and do that if you ain't gonna play. Like don't even like because now you making the fans mad because they feel like you making a mockery of.
Yeah, like man, you
know,
could do
you
that.
taunting them. Yeah, you taunting them. Like why ain't you out in the court?
Yeah, right.
Like
so
it's the playoffs. Like yeah.
So they looking to do something with him, and I don't know if they gonna try to keep him.
Yeah, I was joking about the Zion stuff. I mean, well, he is living his best life, I guess. If that's the best life he want to live. I mean, I guess some guys really do fantasize about getting with porn stars, and and treating them like porn stars. I heard he spit in her mouth like.
You could treat them like a porn star, but don't treat them like a wife. Don't treat them like wifey.
I mean, but
that's not treating them. Treat them like a porn star and treat them like a wifey is two different.
Yeah, but he see the movies. They be making deposits in them girls. He made them a deposit. You know what I mean?
Man, he making too many deposits, man. He getting pregnant. He deposited.
But we don't.
And he getting deposited in a bank account.
We know the one girl. We know the mom. We know he's expecting with her, but I think it's to be determined if he actually has a child on the way with the porn star. I think that's yet to be fact checked.
Yeah, but she done went on her Instagram and she done went on social media. I don't know if it was Instagram, but she done went on her social media. And she was checking Zion and she was giving out receipts, talking about how he was paying for this, how he did this and that and the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, while you playing, I might be late too. And
I might be late?
Yeah. So that ain't something that you would want to hear.
That ain't
what you want to hear.
But it's also a porn star. It's like a stripper telling you she's pregnant. Like, all right.
like the baby mama Akima.
Well, but he accepted that one. He was at the gender reveal and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so he accepted that one. That was probably the chick that he actually liked for real. I mean, the porn star was just a great time. I mean, with an infatuation.
Both of them should have been just a great time and just something to do. And
but they all settled down. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them settled down. And they like to have the star player settle down, and being married is a good look for endorsements.
I don't know if they ever told you this, but you can't make a hoe into a housewife.
Well,
don't do it. Don't
do it.
Don't do it. You gonna pull all your hair out. You're gonna have a bald spot on the top of your head. You know what I'm saying?
That's right where the box is.
It ain't gonna work out for you, bro. It just don't work out. It never works out. It never works out.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I guess if on the receipt side, the girl was talking about he was trying to move them both out to New Orleans. So I don't know, man. But maybe he just wanted to be able to play, in his backyard. Or, I don't know. I ain't never been with a porn star, man, so I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care?
No, I'm saying the thought of cracking a porn star don't really appeal to me, man.
Better hope your peoples don't hear this.
I'm saying the idea,
you're gonna be on the couch tonight.
You might as well just stick your thing in the bathtub. You mess with a porn star, putting,
throwing a hot dog down the hallway.
Yeah, it's like it ain't even about you at that point. It ain't detriment to you.
Yeah, man.
You just ran through, no tread.
But I guess if that's what he want to do.
That don't appeal to me. So I don't.
My thing is he just need guidance, man. He's like 22 years old, and cats at 22. They think they know what they want, but man, for your long term, that ain't what you really want.
I don't know, man. He's a young guy out here, He 23, 24. He thinking with his thing. A lot of us has been guilty.
Yeah,
You know, a lot of guys have been guilty.
Most definitely. Most definitely all of us have been guilty of thinking like that. But
maybe, I mean, hopefully this is like, I don't know, hopefully the baby mom is good for him, is a good chick for him. The porn star,
she gonna melt
I think we all know that the porn star is just a time, a good time for him. Like,
have you ever seen that reality TV show, Basketball Wives?
I've seen some episodes. My fiance will watch that from time to time.
Man, they all them type of chicks, them Instagram models, and stuff like that.
I mean, but an Instagram model ain't a porn star. Oh,
you think so?
You said they high price.
They call it OnlyFans. That's the same.
That's
the same.
That's
the same.
Completely different.
Boy, they going on there.
OnlyFans and Instagram, completely different things.
OnlyFans and porn
and
stars?
Instagram. No, OnlyFans. I said Instagram. You said Instagram stars.
But
Instagram
that's what they
and
do.
OnlyFans is different, completely different.
Oh, okay. I thought it was all in the
I
same.
mean, well, Instagram. I mean, it'll be like
most of them Instagram, they got OnlyFans.
I guess you have to be on OnlyFans to know.
Want me pull up a couple of them for you? Nah, I ain't even gonna do that. I ain't gonna even do that. Nah.
This is a family-ish show. Family adjacent.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, man, Zion. I think these are his young and dumb years, and he's being young and he's being dumb.
Okay. Say New Orleans is ready to part ways with Zion. Where would you see a good spot for Zion to go? If somebody really wanted him, because like I said,
a landing spot for Zion. I mean,
he's not available a lot.
Well, I mean, I think he's gonna if he'd go anywhere, it'd probably be somewhere where the cover is bare. So it probably wouldn't be a whole lot because you'd have to theoretically give up a lot to get him. But then again, maybe not since he's never available.
Right. You ain't gonna have to give up a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, but I think if you're a really good team or you're a contending team or a team on a fringe, and if you're not like OKC or not like the Wizards where you can't get free agents to your city,
you wouldn't want to do him, send him to OKC.
Well, no,
they building something.
I'm just talking about teams where they have problems getting free agents. Like OKC ain't getting no free agents. They ain't getting Zion if Zion was on an open market. The Wizards ain't getting Zion if he was on the market. I'm saying a team that can't acquire you any other way but do a trade. Like those are the teams I would look at. Because I mean, face it, like ain't no big free agents gonna just sign to Portland. Like, don't nobody want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was thinking maybe like Atlanta or something.
Yeah,
he'll fit nice down there in Atlanta.
Are we talking? I mean, fitness strippers.
See, I didn't even think about that. They do got strip clubs.
Like he gonna have the time of his life down there. You know, that'd be like putting him in Houston.
Shit.
Like he'd love Atlanta. I don't think it'd be
Houston
good for him.
Houston would be a good place for him, but probably not socially. But as far as playing,
yeah, you probably have to put him in Indy somewhere. Get him someplace where it ain't nothing to do but basketball.
Utah.
Yeah,
Send him to Utah.
Actually.
Yeah, Utah.
Actually.
Yeah. Then he'd come home with one of them one type of girls.
He went to Duke.
Yeah.
He might like it. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but that was the knock on him for a minute. Allegedly, I got to say allegedly that he only really liked it the white girls. Yeah. Yeah. But if he go to Utah, he definitely gonna have a couple of them.
Man, so I mean, would you? I mean, I'm just like white girls porn stars, white girls porn stars, white girls porn stars.
Oh shit!
What is the right? Is he just dancing with the devil at this point?
Yeah.
Time to throw your hand in, Zion, man. Start over. Redeal.
Just focus on your career, man. All that other stuff is gonna come later, bro. I mean,
It's gonna come now.
Yeah, just focus on your career, man, and get back on the court, get healthy, get the right people around you, and because when he's on the court, man, he's a beast, man.
Oh, he's a monster, man.
I think he averaged like 26 points.
He's a 1-of-1, man.
So just
he's a 1-of-1, man. I mean, just as far as him just being his size and being able to handle and run the break and being an athlete, like he's a 1-of-1. Don't nobody have an answer for him, and if he can ever stay healthy,
that's the thing.
He'd be a problem.
He just got to get his diet right. He just need the right people around him, man, because the dude can. Just like John, they both have an opportunity, or they had an opportunity to be the face of the league.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Zion still got it, but if he play like his potential, he can still get there. He can still get there because, Kobe made it, you know what I'm saying, to be the face of the league. After the scandal that he had in Colorado. That's another reason why.
I wouldn't call him the face of the league then, I think.
Man, he was
they were shoving LeBron down our throats at that point.
But LeBron wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
I mean, he had won MVPs and stuff. But
he wasn't ready, though. He wasn't ready.
I mean, Kobe was more successful.
There you go. That's all I'm just trying to say. I can't. That's KD right there. But you know what I'm saying? You see what he holding.
Mamba.
Yeah. You see what he holding. He's the face. But I think Zion just needed to get the right people around him, same as Ja.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you got anything else to add about either one of them guys? Who would you take? Who would you want on your team if you had?
I gotta go Ja.
Ja.
Because.
But even though you said he crashing and he just one dunk away from getting hurt.
But he's still out there playing. I mean,
Zion
is hurt. Yeah.
He's still available. Okay, I feel you on that.
Zion, being smarter, making smarter decisions, and being healthy, like, I'm going to choose the smarter decisions because at least you out there.
No, the little boy decisions.
Yeah, I'm just saying he needs to make smarter decisions. That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay.
Versus somebody who's got to be healthy. Like,
he need to make smarter decisions as far as his diet and just making up his mind, just getting his mind right, making up his mind on,
and his work ethic, man.
His work ethic.
He needs to get in the gym and work, and come October, man, he need to be, or August, or was it September? He needs to be in the shape of his life, man. Like, it shouldn't be any question if Zion is in the best shape of his life come September. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I mean, he's got a lot of stuff going on right now. Hopefully he can get his head clear and just focus on what he needs to focus on, because it's not, if he gets basketball worked out, then I ain't gonna say everything else will take care of itself, because that personal life stuff is kind of messy. Like, basketball ain't gonna fix that. Yeah. But at least you'll have basketball,
Right.
I mean, because you could just keep floundering and be out of the league and still have all that on your hands.
Right.
And, just fix what you can fix, man.
Okay. So we're gonna move it on, and we're gonna talk about the rumor report, the rumors that's going around in the NBA. And one of the rumors is that Damian Lillard is considering going to another team, because at one time Dame was like, "Nah, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying here. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere." But now it's been rumored that he's thinking about it. Like, it's okay now. And one of the spots that I heard that that they were saying that they were sending would be Miami, the Miami Heat. And what you think about that? Would that work well?
I don't know.
Because Dame is a He's a lead scorer. You know, Jimmy ain't really a leading scorer like that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they get to get him there. I mean, of course, you say Jimmy Butler, Dame Lillard, and Bam Adebayo. Yeah. I mean, of course, that sounds good, but
Yeah.
I mean, they still got to get him there. So I don't know what the trade chips are. Like,
Man, trust me, them guys, they'll work it out. They'll round them edges off. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe they take a
that-
poo-poo platter. They take Tyler Hero and Gabe Vincent and, you know.
But you know, a lot of people ain't valuing the draft picks. Draft picks them valuable. Draft picks is very valuable.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially when you got. I mean, the only reason that Portland is even considering trading Dame is because they could be looking at Scoot Henderson. You know,
Everybody wants Scoot, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I'd take him second if I couldn't get Wembanyama. I'd take him second. I mean, I hear a lot of Brandon Miller talk. I didn't see him in college, so I don't really know. But I mean, from what I understand, he's a wing, and you know he's a scorer, and you know he's got, you know, he's a wing. He's got a potential to defend, but he don't defend now. So I mean, he's just a big body. So I don't know, man. I mean,
but you gotta understand what these players are right now ain't what they gonna, if they maintain themselves in the league, ain't gonna be what they have the potential of being. Like, just because you wasn't a defensive player in college, that don't mean that you can't come into the league and be a defensive player. You know, it's all about your work ethic, your mind right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, the only reason they're willing to even think about it is because Scoot could be sitting there, and if Scoot's sitting there, it don't really make sense to have Dame and Scoot. You know,
but Scoot, he's a wing player. He ain't a guard.
No, he's 6'2". He's a guard. He's a combo
wing player.
I'm talking about Brandon Miller.
Oh,
Brandon Miller's a wing. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a wing. Yeah, he's a big wing.
Oh, okay.
And that's why a lot of people have him number 2 on the draft board, because although Scoot is super talented, you know, 6'2" doesn't usually change the course of your franchise.
Unless you like Mr. Curry.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
and he's 1-on-1. Like, there ain't no.
Yeah, say that one more time.
He's 1-on-1.
There you go.
You know, I mean, Chris Paul, amazing point guard, as they called him. I mean, he was an amazing player forever, but I mean, it's not even a lot of Chris Pauls. I mean,
and what has Chris Paul done? Thank you.
Got hurt a lot.
What?
Got hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Got hurt a lot.
Yeah. But yeah. What other rumor that you've heard about the league?
I've heard that I think I've heard that he'd be willing to go to Brooklyn, because him and Bridges are cool or something. But
Dame?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, that don't mean anything. I don't think that don't do anything for you.
Right.
Don't do anything for me. The Kyrie thing, I mean, it seems like Kyrie, it's less talk about him leaving Dallas, at least at this time, and more talk about, you know, trying to recruit, you know, get somebody else over there. I mean, I've heard LeBron being floated around, but I don't see that happening. As a Laker fan, I actually welcome it. Like, you know, to get him off my team.
Oh, no.
I mean, because we're definitely about to be in that no man's land that I thought we were in this year. And just to have, you know, LeBron's name on the ledger, I mean, that don't do nothing for me. Like, especially at this point in his career, he's not like a young, exciting player anymore. He's just you know, he's kind of a
older player.
I don't
Old,
know.
exciting player.
Yeah, I mean, he's just an old name at this
He's
point.
still exciting, man. I mean, even though I don't care for him, I'm definitely not a LeBron fan.
Yeah.
But he's still exciting.
He don't excite me, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, all he do is take a bunch of threes and miss. So I could do without it. I mean, he's still a good player, but
okay.
But yeah, I'd just like to see the franchise just go ahead and shift directions.
Okay. But another rumor that I heard is concerning Bradley Beal. Now I heard the rumor that he could potentially go to Golden State. Although I don't know how I would like that. I don't, because I wouldn't want to give up nothing to get him. You know what I'm saying? And he's a wonderful player, but I don't know how that would work out. And I know if we was to get him, if we was to acquire him, that we'd have to give up a lot. But he do got I think a no trade clause.
Yeah, he has a no trade clause.
So
I mean, but
even if you get a no trade clause and he wants to go to the Warriors, then that's the only how the Warriors won't have to give up a whole lot. They have to give up a lot, but not a whole lot to acquire him.
I mean, they don't have nothing. I don't see what they have to give him. I mean, they can give him Bradley Beal Light and Jordan Poole, but but Jordan Poole's about to be making $30 million a year, right? So it's like, I don't know. I mean,
shit,
all he is a superstar.
The salaries will match up.
I think Bill's about to be at like $50 million or something crazy.
50 million.
Something crazy, man.
No, he ain't getting that much.
He's getting a max from Washington.
That's a super max. That's not a max contract. That's like a super max. I don't know if he's getting a super max.
He's still making way too much money for the caliber player he is. I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't mortgage the farm for Bradley Beal.
Oh, okay. Well, where do you see him going? Because I think he's going somewhere. I don't think he's gonna be a Washington Wizard.
I think no matter where he goes, I don't think it's gonna be too big of a factor, man. I think the best landing spot he can probably land in will probably be like Philly. And obviously some dominoes have to fall for even that to happen. Like, I mean, James Harden would have to leave, and he'd have to, kind of slide into James Harden's spot. But
that'll work too. So then Maxey could go ahead and be the point guard.
Yeah.
And Beal and Embiid.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'll look nice.
So yeah, I mean I think that's about as good as it gets. I don't see any other contender type teams.
Another team that I heard that was Boston. Bradley Beal to Boston.
I did hear Boston.
I heard Boston.
I mean, but for Brown?
For Brown and probably somebody else. Boston.
But what does that do for you? Like trading Beal for Brown? Like, I don't think that even does anything for you.
Well, it ain't gonna do much for the Wizards.
I'm talking about what does it do for Boston? Like, I don't think it does much for Boston.
I think so.
I mean, Brown averaged 25 points a game this year. I mean, what you expect Beal to give you?
Except for when it counted.
I mean, he can dribble. I give him that.
Yeah.
But
that's part of the game. You have to know how to dribble.
I mean, they lost. They lost Game 7 partly because Tatum sprung his ankle. Like, I don't know. I mean, and then they had like the league's worst coach. That too. So
you 100% right on that
one. I don't know.
You're 100% right on that one. But
I'll tell you. Do you got anything else in the rumor mill before we?
No, I ain't heard nothing else.
Okay, well, that was it. I want to ask you. Seen this afternoon that Woj tweeted that, or maybe I seen it yesterday, that Michael Jordan is selling his stake in the Charlotte Hornets. What do you think about that?
Well, I feel like he was the one and only black majority owner that we had to this point. You know, we had Bob. What's his name? Bob.
Oh, Bob Johnson.
Bob Johnson. He was the first one
who famously named the team after himself.
Bob's cats. So these my cats.
Yeah.
These my cats
Bob
right here.
Cats. Like,
They quickly changed their name.
it was a terrible name.
Yeah, but him selling, man, I feel like the rest of the owners kind of contributed to him selling because they didn't really want to work with him or give him the same type of leeway they gave to other owners.
Oh, okay, so you're saying it was like
secret blackball.
You scratch my back, I scratch your back.
Yeah.
Something like, push this trade through, and I'll look out for you when things shift, change.
It was just no give on their part.
I mean, but how much? But also, how much of it was just their fault? I mean, where did the draft picks that were great? Like who? I mean, they're the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, they've been a bottom feeder the whole time, almost. I mean, how much of it is?
They got LaMelo.
Yeah, he hurt.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was a draft pick that
what else?
Worked out pretty well.
What else you got?
Well,
I mean, so they blaming the rest of the league for that.
But you know what? A lot of times you don't have to have like top draft picks because every good player wasn't 1 through 10. You got some players that's good that wasn't in that 1 through 10 slot.
Which is even more damning for your team to have been able to be in a position to get any of them players and to not do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, some of it's incompetence. Maybe some of it's arrogance. I don't know.
But it wasn't like he was the one that was doing it. He got people.
Sure?
He got people that's.
Are we sure Jordan wasn't watching games and being like, draft that guy? I like that guy.
No, because he don't. A lot of times the good players they don't do good in the GM spot. A la LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got to let them people that's in that position do their job. You got to have.
I mean, Pat Riley was a player,
but he wasn't like a superstar.
So was Jerry West. Jerry West was a player.
Pat Riley wasn't a superstar. Pat Riley was just a.
Jerry West was.
Yeah, Jerry was.
I mean, maybe Jerry West. Maybe Jerry's a 1-on-1.
But I was just finna say that.
Yeah,
I was just finna say that. Man. But I mean, whose picks did Mike pick? Mike picked your boy Kwame.
Yeah, they took Kwame Brown. Who else can I think of they took? I mean, Raymond Felton. Just like guys who are good college players. But that's not like seeing the forest from the trees. Just because they played good for a college team don't mean that's not a potential pick.
It translates.
Yeah, it's like
league.
Okay. I mean, Bridges is good. He's in some trouble too.
He should be coming back though.
Yeah, he should be ready to go. But I mean, I can't think of anybody that they picked that was a home run, and they've been down there forever.
Well, I ain't gonna count out Ball. I think
no. Ball's definitely a good player.
I think he's a home run.
I mean, is he a home run? Is he an inside the park home run? Like, I don't know.
Home run is a home run, whether it's inside the park or outside the park.
I mean, there's
round them bases.
I mean, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, those are out the park. Home runs.
Kobe was a grand slam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, those are out the park.
Hey,
like,
everybody can't get a grand slam.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is LaMelo top 5 in his position? Top 10 of his position?
You got to remember, he's still young. Is that his second year? That was his second year, right?
Maybe his third.
His third year?
Maybe his third.
Okay, so but he's still young, bro, and the guy is he's hella good.
Was he drafted before or after Ja? I can't remember.
He's hella good.
Yeah, I mean, but you need. I don't know. Maybe they don't have the pieces in place. Maybe
That's it. That's it.
maybe the organization just from top to bottom just isn't like. Maybe it's maybe the problems in their development of players. I don't know, man. It's hard to say, but it's I mean, I think it's kind of a sad close to Jordan's ownership. I mean, they've really never done anything. They've had a few just meddling years where they made the playoffs and and got bounced pretty quick. They never really had a great. I mean, when Lonzo Ball was drafted, was probably the brightest we felt for their future. And
LaMelo.
Yeah, Melo. I'm sorry, LaMelo. And even that is like, I mean, it's more of a how good is he really going to be, or is he just a good stats bad team guy? Like,
yeah, I think that's what.
I mean, he could be more Trae Young than Luka or with somebody else like that. Like, I mean, he definitely ain't Luka, but like, he might be more of a Trae Young all-star caliber player than a superstar caliber player. I don't know, but yeah, I think it's the end of an era, and it sucks to not have a majority black owner in the league anymore. I think that meant something.
It really did. I didn't care if they won or lost, just to know that we had a black owner that was a majority owner.
Yeah,
it was the main owner.
Mm-hmm.
Not just on the ownership committee or the ownership team.
Right.
He was the main guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hats off to you, Jordan. I wanted you to hold it for 20, 30 years, but
Yeah, well, I heard
it probably was more of a headache, like I said, and the reason why. But then
I think I heard he bought the team in maybe 2012 for. I know I remember the numbers for $275. He brought the team for $275.
$275 million.
Yes. What I seen was that he's going to be selling his majority stake for $3 billion. That is an investment for your A's.
Sale.
Good job, MJ.
But hold on, he's still going to be an owner, just not the majority owner.
Oh, I don't know. I thought he was getting out of ownership completely.
No, he's still going to be an owner. He's just not going to be the majority owner. He's selling his majority stakes.
Gotcha. That's just probably them just kind of wanting him to still be around and to be a figurehead type of deal. And
but still, he's going to still be getting some of that ownership money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have his presence when you go to meetings and stuff, to have Michael Jordan walk in the room. Yeah. It probably still means something.
Mm-hmm.
Probably still means something.
Right.
All right, man. I think that's it.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
Okay. Hey, like I said, like, comment, subscribe,
share.
If you don't like something, comment on it. If you do, comment on it. That's the main thing.
Yes, sir. Let us know, man. Let us know.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, it is what it is. And this is what we do when we through.
Peace. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. See y'all next time.